There has been lots of kidnappers in the Nigerian history, but the story of Obioma Nwankwo, a young man that recruited about 3,000 men into the job of kidnapping, can never be underrated. Known as Osisikanwu, this young man and his gang terrorized the whole of Abia and its environs. If you lived in Abia in 2007 to 2010, you will totally understand this story. It got so terrible that the people living in Abia junction of Abia were all made to relocate from the area. Many big castes living in Abia and its environs left Igbo land. Threats of them were kidnapped, tortured, killed, and made to cough out millions of naira to free themselves from captivity. At this period of terror, Abia and Ngwa almost became a ghost land. Osisikanwu was from Ogwe area of Nkwa West in Abia State. Succeeded in organizing a formidable kidnap gang of about 3,000 mean men solely for abduction and killing, mainly target the affluent class, expatriates, and highly placed government officials. Government of Abia State then, under the rulership of Governor Teodo Oji, was totally handicapped. On 10th of July, Mrs. Victoria, the wife of a rich bull from Ohafia, was kidnapped by a 4-member gang that demanded for a whopping 30 million naira for her release. She was finally released after the ransom was paid off. Just a day after the kidnap of Mrs. Victoria, 3 journalists and their driver traveling through Abia after a meeting were kidnapped also. A reliable source disclosed that they were later released after the sum of 30 million naira was paid. On Tuesday, the 24th of August, Osisikanwu gang, led by a young thug named Stone, robbed 5 commercial banks in the Osisioma area of Abia, killing all policemen and security agents on ground. The affected banks were closed down till date. September 11th, an Indian national working with an electronic company in Abia was killed by a 5-man gang after he refused to be kidnapped by them. September 17th, Dr. Stanley Uche, the founder of Victory Christian Hospital, and his wife was kidnapped. The wife was later released to go and organize a 30 million naira ransom. She later brought the money just to be given the lifeless body of her husband. That is how ruthless these kidnappers were. This particular incident was a great loss to Abia women, as his hospital was one of the best for child delivery in Abia State. If this was not enough, Osisikanwu and his men struck again on 27th of September at Abia International School, kidnapping 15 pupils of this school. This was the height of it all. Consequently, he was declared wanted by the Nigerian army and police. He was declared wanted. Osisikanwu wanted to let the world the reason for all his atrocities. So he planned and kidnapped a journalist, forced him to air his broadcast. In the interview that lasted about 30 minutes, Osisikanwu admitted to have masterminded all the happenings in Abia State. He said he was on a mission to liberate Ngwa land. According to him, Ngwa land has been marginalized despite harboring the commercial and industry city of Abia and being the oil-producing community of Abia State. The largest tribe in the state with 9 local governments were neglected. He complained about the grim and the bad road network. After the interview, he was so happy that the world now knew their activities and the reason behind it, and was willing to surrender and granted amnesty only if the Abia State government was willing to help them. Following the abduction of Abia school pupils, federal government then, under the leadership of President Goodluck Jonathan, sworn into action. A troop of joint military force was deployed to Abia State to track down Osisikanwu and his gang members. The military task force worked very hard until December 12, 2010, when they caught and killed the mighty Osisikanwu. The soldiers, after emerging victorious, displayed the corpse of the kidnapped kingpin in an open van to the ecstasy and jubilation of Abia residents. Indeed, the mighty has fallen.